Good morning. This is my first attempt at videoing myself while I'm actually cleaning out my beautiful little guinea pig boars pen. I'm really an amateur. My camera phone is sitting on the top of a lampshade, rather precariously. Yes, if this goes well, it'll be a miracle, but in case you're interested, and I know it's not the best view, but it's about the best I can do right now, you'll see the process I go through. Some people say it takes them 15 minutes. It tends to take me longer. Maybe you can critique and tell me why and how to shorten the length of time it takes to do the pen. I never mind gathering a few minutes of extra time here and there, so any suggestions will be great, just perfectly wonderful. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy your view. I may talk a little bit, I may not, I don't know. We will see. Okay. By the way, I am a Christian, a believer in Jesus Christ, the one that's talked about in the Bible. I have been my entire life, and that's not an exaggeration. I have memories from being a very young child in church, listening to the stories, but I always had this sense in my being, in my soul. I just never doubted. I knew it was real. I just knew it. And as I got a little older and started to try to understand with my mind what the Bible said about him, I did find that difficult. I think everyone does, because it's pretty awesome, pretty supernatural and powerful if you think about it. Yes, he overcame death. That's pretty powerful. So I had to go through some periods of questioning and wondering and trying to figure it out and all of that, but I never lost that sense in my very being that it was all the truth. And now I'm 66, going on 67 years old, and I know it's the truth because I've seen him work in my life in ways that there are no explanations besides the fact that it's him. I've felt him comforting me when I direly needed comfort. I've been through some rather traumatic situations. When I was ill, and I've had some serious illness off and on, just even the greatest blessing times of my life, and I've had those too, wonderful times. He's been with me through it. He's been real through it. He truly has been my rock and my best friend. And that's not to minimize who he is. He is a holy, powerful, mighty God. But he's also our Father, and he loves us. Had to say that. Now, I'm going to clean my guinea pigs. Pen. Hi, AB. You going to run from me? Hi, buddy. I'm just cleaning. That's all I'm doing. They seem to love it when I talk to them. The more I talk, the calmer they seem to be. They hate my gloves too. Yes, they do. All right. I'm gonna do a bigger clean this morning, boys. I have to change your pen liner and everything. So, yep. Start with the easy stuff. Okay. Poops and more poops. Move. Thank you. retired registered nurse. So I know a little bit about infection and infection control. And although my boys have been, these two have been very healthy, I've seen very little indication of any problem, except that my newest little guy likes to, I think they call it barber. My bigger, darker brown guinea pig, my bigger, darker brown one is Abraham. I call him Abe. And my littler guy is Joey. Abraham I've had since April of 2024. Joey I've had just since January of 2025. And he seems to like to barber Abraham. So Abraham's lost a little hair, and I'm watching because I want to make sure that's what's going on, and it's not something like mites or, mites, lights, and parasites, as Saskia would say from LA Guinea Pig Rescue. Oh my, I've learned so much from watching her videos, and I need to give credit where credit is due. Saskia, Scotty of Scotty's Animals, Sarah from Squeak Dreams, Julia from Little Adventures, beautiful videos that I watch from a young lady, I believe in New England, and her YouTube videos channel is called Piggy Vlog. Yes, and a few others that have been in there, but anyway, yes, I've learned a lot, and I appreciate them for teaching us newbies, because I'm a newbie. These are the first guinea pigs I've ever owned, so I'm a newbie. Phoebe. Phoebe. Did I get your foot? Did I get you? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Now, you probably cannot hear it, but Abe just quietly purred at Joey. He does that every now and then throughout the day, and it's when Joey gets close to him. And I haven't figured out yet if that purr is telling Joey to get the heck away from him, or if it's a friendship kind of a purr, like he likes Joey, and he's saying good morning, or how are you, or I don't know. I have not figured it out, but it really doesn't seem to be when he's aggravated. He complains when he's aggravated. It's more of a little rapid, not weak, but squeaky noise. They both do that, of course. You've heard it. I'm sure all guinea pigs do it. But anyway. pieces of hay as I possibly can off of these pieces of fleece and these bubble mats. I don't know what they're really called, what I call them. Before I remove them from the pen. That way I make less mess on my floor. And when it comes time to throw them in the wash, there's not as much of it to deal with that way in my laundry. Although I purchased, and I'll show them to you. These are getting worn, but laundry bags. They're thin, very thin cloth. You can sort of see through them. They have a zipper right there. I put all of my guinea pig laundry in one of these. I have 4 of them, and about 3 full ones will fit in my washing machine. I just ordered some more because these are starting to tear around the zipper. And one of the guinea pigs got to one of them on the floor one time and chewed little holes in it. So yeah, it's those little holes are getting bigger. But anyway, yeah, they work well. They keep the pieces of hay and whatever inside them. But there still seems to be little pieces that get out, and I don't know how, but get into the water and the dryer and whatnot. But anyway, I like to get as much of it up as possible, and sometimes the brush doesn't do it, so I pick them off. And then when I take them out of the pen, I generally shake them, either outside on my porch or just on the floor. I have wooden floors, so I can shake it all onto the floor and then sweep it up without too much trouble, which I'm thankful for. But anyway. This probably takes up too much of my time. Yes, I think I do spend too much time sweeping up, picking it up instead of just shaking it, but whatever. Can open right over there. It has a lid on it, you know, just so that I can contain the smell and the odors. But I just sweep into my dustpan and dump it into the trash can. Don't I? Yes, I do. Okay, buddies. Beep beep. Beep beep. I gotta get that corner. I'm coming around. Let's do this before I do that. Yes. Once again, sweeping as much of the little bits, picking them off as I can before I throw this in the wash. Alright. I'll replace that in a minute, but right now I'm just going to put this back for a moment without that there. Oh, and I do have all kinds of little pea pads around in their dirtiest areas where they sleep, where they eat, and so on. Yeah, they're complaining at each other, nose to nose, chittering, I call it. And I don't know if that's teeth chattering. I haven't figured that noise out. There's a little quiet, almost sounds like a combination of teeth chattering and purring, but different, odd sound. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but it seems to be when they're a little aggravated with one another or just annoyed. They are a lot like siblings. Like human siblings. My children are grown up now, And they still fight. They love each other, but they fight. That's just the way it is. And you know how sometimes guinea pigs, especially boars, really don't get along and they fight till they draw blood and cannot live together and you have to put a partition there? That's my two. They can't live together. Oh no. They tried just recently and it was pretty much a disaster. So my daughter moved out. They were both living in a home that I own in another state, and she moved out, got an apartment. Yeah. So she's on her own, and my son is still in the house. Okay. But they both said never again. Never. Okay. Not exactly music to a mother's ears, but whatever. Their lives, you know. Sorry, I have my back to you, but yeah, I have to do this end of the pen, and in this corner here is where I had a hidey, so there's a pea pad here that's really messy, and I'm going to be tending to it before I toss the laundry. Yes, I just toss them on the floor until I'm ready, and then I put them in one of the laundry bags. All right. And while I'm cleaning up, oops, they're adding more. And Joey's down there munching on, I guess you'd call it a hay rack / chew toy. When I bought them, I bought two, they looked like tunnels, sort of, with an opening on top, a circular opening on top. And you could stuff hay in them, you could stuff hay in that circular opening on the top, so it just kind of spread out.
Who are you talking to?
Myself. Currently, I have two of these. I've lined them with paper towels, and I put their hay in here, and they love it. But now that they have bonded and seem to be living very peaceably together for the most part, I see them eating out of the same one, and it's not big enough for them to both get in it. So in a minute, I'm going to show you my layout here, and I'm thinking about getting a larger single one of these so that they could both fit in at the same time instead of having two. Right now I have two, and I put one at this end of my Piggy's pen, and there's one right here. And this is a 5 by 3, and there's an L right here, a short L. It's 2 and 1, and back down here there's 3, but total it's like 5 by 2.5, L-shaped. So one hay bin is up at this end, one is down at that end, and I'm thinking about getting one larger one that'll fit right here in this L shape. This could be the kitchen area, if you want to call it that, and just put it there so they could both jump in, because what I see them doing is my big boy Abe will jump right in there, and then my little guy Joey, well, he's trying to eat out of it while I'm holding it. Here, buddy, you can have it. He'll be at the end, sitting on the outside, but with his nose stuck into the opening, so he's eating hay at the same time as Abe in the same location as Abe. So I figured, well, Abe doesn't chase him away anymore. He used to. So I think I'll try one big one. I'm happy about that. That's one hay bin to clean out and replace, and so instead of two. What do you think? You think it's a good idea? Okay, now I'm going to show you how my guinea pigs react to me picking them up. Don't know if you can, I doubt that you could see, but right down here, Joey, my newest, and I've had him for about 6 weeks, is in the hay bin, which is good. It makes it a little easier for me to get him, but he is one fast little piggy, and he runs like the wind. We will see. You have hay on your face. You do. This is Joey. I love him. He's such a sweetie. Last night he just sat so still on my lap and let me pet him, and he's getting so much better. Yeah, he didn't like that at first at all. He still doesn't love being picked up and held, especially if we're close to the pen. If I walk away from it, he'll quit complaining and calm down and let me just hold him and pet him. But say good morning, Joey. Whoops, you caught my necklace. There we go. Say good morning, Joey. Whoop, wiggly, 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 wiggly. That's Joey. There you go, buddy. There you go. I know. This little guy. He's trying to run, but he's in a hiding. This is my big boy. When he is a big boy. This is Abraham. He weighs in at 1486 grams. Yeah. And I've had him since April. And this is February, March. 2 more months, it'll be a year. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. He had a bonded mate when I first got them, but I was stupid. I really was ignorant of what I needed to be doing. I knew they said the cage needed to be as big as possible, so I bought what I could afford and what I felt fit in my home and so on, but it wasn't big enough. And the two of them, after about 2 weeks, ended up no longer bonded, fighting. And the longer I kept them or had them together, the more serious their fighting got. So I upgraded the pen to more or less a CNC that was about 3 by 2. The cage I first bought was supposed to be 2 by 3, I think, but it wasn't CNC, and it wasn't 2 CNCs, which are 14 inches long. It was 2 other, which were like 12 inches long by 3, which is so what, 24 by 36, as opposed to 28 by, oh, my brain doesn't want to work, 42, I think. Anyway, their fighting was bad, and they just ended up, it was like they hated each other. They could not be together. So I upgraded again to what you see here, and I put a partition in it so they each had their own 2x3 section. And they lived that way until Solly ended up getting multiple different problems, and he passed away early November, late October. Yeah, it was past year. So then Ape was on his own, and I kept him that way for almost 2 months, not quite, and then I adopted Joey. So this one is much calmer when I hold him. He seems to love it. He'll sit on my lap for an hour, no lie, just sit there, and sometimes he just stares at me the whole time, just eyeball, like, it's a little weird, but it's okay, and he just seems to love it. He just chill, and I love him. I love them both. They are just the sweetest little creatures. There you go, buddy. All right. So, that's all I'm doing today. I took out the dirty pig mats. There are some others in here. I am going to clean up more thoroughly later today or tomorrow. I have to work, so I have to leave here in a minute and go get ready for work. But when I have a little more time, it's time to take all the mats out and liners and launder them and put new in. So I will do that. But for now, I'm done. I'm going to turn that way because I like it that way. And anyway, this is the hay. This is what's left of one of the hay rack tunnels. They chew it. It's made of Timothy hay, and they love to chew these things. So if you want something that's healthy for them and they like to chew, if that is something that's important to you for whatever reason, I highly recommend them. I got them from Amazon. I forget what they're called. They, needless to say, don't look like this. This is the circle at the top here, there, but it's not a circle anymore because it's been chewed away. This and these were the sides, so it sat like that, and the tunnel was here, and the circle was there, and you could put hay in it. And I did for a while, but wow, what a mess. So I went back to bins, but I kept these because they love to chew them, and I've had this probably for 10 months. Yeah, so they last a long time. And there were two. That's what's left of the other one. Yeah, all right. And I leave them in because they keep chewing them. There we go. All right. I also use Timothy hay and orchard grass combination in the hay bins. And then I bought what this was, a wafer like that I also bought from Amazon. I get just about everything from Amazon. It's Timothy, and you pull them apart. You don't leave them in that wafer form. You just pull them apart a little bit and put them in their pen, and they go at it. Slowly, but they go at it. All right. Now, I'm going to come around, get my phone, and I'm just going to show you their pen. I'll try to make it look a little bit nicer. It's not fancy. It works. Doesn't it? It works just fine. Yes, it does. You have little chew things here and there. Your wafer donut thingies. These little hearts, when I first bought them, little heart-shaped hard snacks. They liked them at one time, but they don't even touch them anymore, so I don't know. And I'm going to change their water too. Yes. I should take these gloves off. Okay. So, Okay, so this is the little L end. Little Heidi. And that is the longer part of the L end with the hay bin down at that other end. I do have a metal hay rack, which sometimes I use. They like it. I don't always use it. And just different Heidis. And their hay bin. There's Abe. Chilling. He likes to sleep there. He'll sleep out in the open quite often now. This little guy still hides. Don't ya? Alright. And their pellets are just in a couple of, they're sitting on top of one another at the moment. I forgot to fix that. But, yeah, right now those are Oxbow pellets. I am going to try a different type. I think the Science Select Grain-Free. Bladder stones, that's partly what Solomon, the piggy who passed away, had. That was what killed him, I believe, in the end. And so the thought of another pig getting bladder stones just scares me to death, because that was horrible, really, watching him go through the pain and eventually passing away. It was just not nice at all. So I really don't want to have to go through that. I don't want my piggies to have to go through that ever. I do not. So we will see what happens in their lives. But trying to do the healthy thing. I try to feed them the right vegetables. I read about the calcium to phosphorus ratios and all of that, and try to mix it up and do the right thing. We'll see how it turns out. But that is my video for today. I hope and pray that you all have a very lovely and blessed day today. It is Tuesday. He's very hiding right now. There he is. Say goodbye, honey. That's Joey. And that's Abraham. And I am Carole Ann. Praying that you all have the most awesome day. And if you don't know Jesus Christ, oh my, I highly recommend that you somehow get to know him. If nothing else, pick up a Bible and read it. I'm not a preacher. I'm just a person. That's it. Yep, but I do recommend it. I can't even, there are no words that are good enough, or smart enough, or wise enough, or inspiring enough. I can't say enough. But love you all. Have a blessed day.